Hey guys, it's Jessica with Southern Sparrow. Today we're going to talk about how to play 3-player Mahjong. I've been getting a lot of questions about that. So let's set up a game. There are really 2 ways to play 3-player Mahjong. If you follow the rules that are laid out by the National Mahjong League in their Mahjong Made Easy rulebook, which I will link down below, then all you do is you simply deal in your 3 players. So these are going to be our 3-player seats. Me, I'm playing the East seat today. We have 2 other players sitting here and here. I've dealt all of these players in, but if you're playing by the National Mahjong League rules, that's all you're going to do. You're just going to deal in your 3 players, and then you will not do a Charleston, and you will not do a courtesy pass. The game will begin once everyone has racked their tiles, with the dealer discarding a single tile to start the game. That's it. Super easy to play by National Mahjong League rules, the 3-player game. Deal and start the game by discarding. But if you're like me and you want to play 3-player Mahjong and you want to have that Charleston, I love the Charleston. The Charleston really helps me to refine what section on the National Mahjong League card I'm going for, and then to help me narrow in on the certain hands or lines that I'm going to be going for within that section. So remember, you always start by choosing a section based on the tiles that you're dealt. And then as the Charleston goes on, you can narrow down into the exact hand in that section that works the best for you. And my rule of thumb is 6 or more tiles towards a specific hand. That's my hand for the game. So I love a Charleston for that reason. If you love a Charleston and you want to play 3-player, I'm going to show you the easiest way to do that. So again, you'll deal in just the 3 players at the table. Don't deal in your ghost seat. This is our ghost seat. Some people call the ghost Bob. Some people call the ghost Sally. You can make up a name if you want. You can just call it the ghost. My groups, we all tend to call it Sally. So you're not going to deal Sally in. Instead, once everyone has been dealt their tiles and they've taken them into the rack, so pretend that I've racked my tiles and so have my opponents. You're going to take out the rows of 3 for Sally's Charleston and courtesy pass. So you're going to have 7 rows of 3 tiles, 1 for each pass. So right, over, left, left, over, right, and we'll pull out 3 for a courtesy pass. If for some reason the Charleston gets stopped or you end up only needing 1 for courtesy or whatever, these tiles will simply go back into Sally's wall. But this is why I think this is the cleanest and easiest way. As we start the Charleston, again, pretend that we've all racked our tiles. So let's say that this is going to be my first pass. I'm going to go right. As we Charleston with the ghost, when it's my turn to pass to her, I'm going to just put them into her wall. Really nice and easy. And she is going to pass following the same pattern. So she's passing to her right. Okay, so this player is also going to pass 3 tiles to the right. This player's passed 3 tiles to me. Now we're ready for our next pass. So we're going to go over, passing over, right? And these ones, maybe they come here and they go into the wall for Sally. We're building her wall back. It makes it really neat. It also helps you not to kind of get the same tiles over and over and over again from the ghost. So we're building her wall back, and then it's time to go left. So Sally's going to pass to me at her left. I'm going to pass to the left here. This player is going to pass to their left, and then these tiles come back into Sally's wall. And you'll just follow that pattern over and over again until these are depleted. Or let's say someone stops the Charleston here, we would just build her wall back up. Oopsies. And you would be more cautious than I was just there, not to flip those over. But even if they did get flipped over, it's not the end of the world. How likely are you to remember exactly what 3 tiles are somewhere in this wall? Pretty unlikely. But that is the best way to do it, because that way during the Charleston, you're just rebuilding this wall. Super easy. That's the way to play with 3 players if you want to have a Charleston and courtesy pass, which I think is helpful, especially for players who are just kind of getting the hang of the game. That Charleston does help you to narrow in on your hand. I hope that's helpful. One more note on the Charleston with a ghost. Typically, if the ghost, let's call her Sally, as my groups do, if Sally passes you a joker, or if you play with blanks, if she passes you a blank, you should put them back into her wall as a courtesy. No one would knowingly pass a joker or a blank or that during the Charleston. However, if you set it as a house rule, meaning you tell people up front, you can say, it's not my fault Sally's a big dum-dum and chose to pass me a joker. That's just my luck. So some groups that I play with, we do put the jokers back into Sally's wall. And some groups we've just decided, you know what, everyone could use a little extra luck. It's not our fault Sally's dumb. She's passed me a joker, I'm gonna keep it. The only point to make is you have to make sure that you let other players know that, because you don't want to be the one who's kept a joker and then on the next game you watch someone put one back into Sally's wall to be courteous. So just if you're going to allow Sally to pass jokers, or if you play with them to pass blanks, then make sure everyone at your table is aware that that's going to be the way that you play. Happy Mahjong, y'all.